If you're going to continually improve in shotgun shooting, you'll at some stage need to set some realistic goals to achieve for yourself. This is one of the most important issues that you'll need to face in your career. You must decide what you are trying to accomplish. At first, this could be something as simple as trying to hit half the targets in a round of 25, then maybe a score in the 20s. Eventually, your goal must be to try and shoot the perfect 25. As an Olympic athlete, my goal obviously was always to try and win a gold medal. Every 14-year-old starting off in our sport probably had that as a goal. But you need to build yourself a ladder along the way to help you get there. I can remember making my first ever state junior team. Then obviously the goal was to make a national team. After that, my path was to try and make a final at a World Cup and then win a medal. After I did that, a World Championship was on my radar, and finally the Olympics. Sounds simple enough, but there were thousands of rungs in that ladder. Your goals have to be realistic and slightly unobtainable in your current mindset. If you set goals that are a little high, you'll always be pushing yourself harder. In saying that, your goals have to be realistic also. It is simply improbable to fire your first shotgun at 14 years of age and expect you'll be in the Olympic team at 16. If your short-term goals are unrealistic, then you may face the prospect of feeling rejection and inadequate. Remember the proverb, the longest journey starts with one small step. The opposite, of course, can be said if your goals are too easy. Why set a goal of hitting 95% for the weekend competition when you've already been shooting this percentage consistently in training? If this is the case, you should strive for 96% and above. This is where recording your data becomes extremely important. Use your shooting diary that we've spoken about in the previous lesson to help you achieve your goals. Personally, I think you need to pick 3 events per annum as major benchmark events, but use smaller lead-up events to help gauge your progress to see if your experimentation in your technique and equipment is working. It's so important to be honest in your assessment of any event you regard as a benchmark event or even a smaller lead-up competition. You're wasting your time if you give yourself excuses about your performance, but often you will learn more from failing than you will from succeeding if you're honest with yourself in the evaluation of your performance. Again, this is where your shooting diary is imperative. Nobody needs to see what you record, but you must record honestly. Don't be afraid to reevaluate your goals along the way. Often your circumstances will change. A change in occupation, marriage, personal tragedies, and even health can all alter your long-term goals. Again, just be honest with yourself and don't make excuses. The opposite can happen if you simply start improving that quickly that you are easily obtaining your shorter-term expectations. You'll make mistakes along the way. All champions do. The one thing that champions do is that they learn from their mistakes so they don't need to make excuses. If you want to make it to the top in this sport, you will need to set goals and ultimately take responsibility for your actions. If you can, surround yourself with a team of people that you have faith and trust in, and above all else, make sure that your team has the same goals for you that you have for yourself. Remember, it's easy to make it to the moon when you're reaching for the stars.